In a democracy, it is the votes that count, and the electorate decides. Whether we are talking about parliamentary elections, elections in unions or associations, everyone expects a fair election and a voting result beyond any doubt. This is the fundamental task of all election officials. Trust in elections is based on compliance with fundamental democratic principles of shared responsibility to check of all parts of the election. Assembly voting X is both proven mathematically and securely as a digital version of a physical polling station. The system complies to the same fundamental requirements as any referendums and parliamentary elections conducted at a polling station. It is called an end-to-end verifiable electoral system, which means that all parts of the election process can be checked and verified. At the physical polling station, election officials ensure that the election processes comply with the rules and legislation. The digital polling station is structured in the same way, whereby the election officials can check all parts of the election, as well as checking the actions of other election officials. Before the election is started, the election officials must conduct an election opening ceremony. This is done via an election control application, where each election official generates a personal part of a collective decryption key. The key can only be activated jointly, ensuring that no one individual has access to results during the voting process. The opening ceremony ensures that the electoral system is set up in accordance with the electoral rules, in the same way as in the physical polling station. Once the election opening ceremony is completed, voting can begin. Before voters can access the digital ballot, their eligibility must be validated. The voter receives 2 codes sent via independent channels. The combination of codes is known only to the individual voter. Advanced encryption technologies in the communication between voters and the election system ensures that the voting code combination is maintained secret. It's easy to vote in Assembly Voting X. The digital ballot gives an overview of the options, even when voting via a mobile device or tablet. Before casting a vote in the voting system, the vote is encrypted on the voter's private device. As a control option, the voter can check that the digital envelope, a cryptogram in technical terms, contains the vote cast with a ballot opener app. If you are exposed to voting pressure, you can overwrite your previous vote by voting again. It is also possible to create locations where access to vote is in a controlled environment. This ensures voting secrecy as if the vote was cast behind the curtain in the voting booth. The voter can also confirm that the vote is correctly cast in the voting system by uploading a voting receipt to a digital bulletin board. Here, all activities of the election are continuously logged and documented. When voting has closed, a required number of election officials must be logged into the election control app for the election results ceremony to begin. Before the election results can be generated, any link between the voter ID and votes cast must be separated. This is done through several independent processes called mixers. The separation is irreversible and with proof that no more votes have been added, altered, or removed before creating the final result. Only then are all anonymous votes securely decrypted, creating the final result that is published on the bulletin board. The end-to-end verifiable election system, Assembly Voting X, assures and provides a fully documented and mathematically proven election system, open source software in all parts of the system, audit protocols provided by Assembly Voting for independent scrutineers, a blockchain-inspired technology that logs all system activities for exercising control before, during, and after the election. Previously, both complexity and very high costs have made end-to-end verifiable elections inaccessible to most organizations and associations. But not anymore. With Assembly Voting X, you get an election solution that is easy to set up to all common election rules, is easily understood and handled by the organization, the voters, and the voting officials, is provided as a full-service solution with voter lists, distribution, and a service hotline, has a price point that is very competitive compared to both paper-based elections or those that use black box online election systems. If you are looking for a secure end-to-end verifiable digital election solution where the election result is needed to be beyond any doubt, whether it is for an association, a union, a company, a local authority, or a national election, for referendums or contested elections, Assembly Voting X is the answer.